Do 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 do.
All right.
She can sing an opera version of it.
Hopefully for anybody who is going to be watching this at home, my voice is loud enough. It's recording now, that's why I'm talking like a weirdo. Anybody who's watching at home who attended the first session, the new stuff is in purple. So you can zone out on anything that's like blue or cream. New stuff is in purple. That doesn't apply to anyone here except for Jackie and Lovina. You should always pay attention to everything that I say.
Oh, yes.
All right, Angela, take it away. Thank you. So who am I? My name is Laura-Beth McDonald. I'm a small business owner. I'm 3 and I'm opening a 4th. Very secretive, sneaky one. Only some people here know about it. If you know, it's still secret, so we're going to try and keep it that way. I live in Pitt Meadows, and I think I am a pretty legit human, so that's me. Who are you guys? You guys are all small business owners. If you don't know your neighbors, hi, introduce yourself.
We're friends with Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
I get around.
You guys have stores, services, multi-level marketing, direct sales, business professionals. You are probably friends with Jackie. And you are really smart for showing up. So let me just congratulate you for showing up. That was a good thing that you did for your business. This is what separates the pros from the amateurs. All right. Okay, what will we learn today, class? We are going to learn how to have a competitive edge. We're also going to learn how to draw traffic to an event. This is pretty important. We're also going to learn how to create a sales funnel and how to get people into your funnel, which is what we want. I've kind of labeled these warm up, not too bad, hard, less hard. So you have an idea of what's coming up. You can mentally prepare. All right. Actually, you're really good at this.
I told you.
Okay.
Practice.
She's done this before. So the first thing we're going to do is when you're at an event, you really need to be on the ball. You need to be able to talk to someone for about 2 seconds and communicate why they should buy your product. So people like to think in terms of features and benefits, and if you notice, on your first handout, you should have 2 charts. You can change the slides. Thank you. Worksheets. All right. So take 2 seconds. This is just a little warm-up exercise, and hopefully we'll get some people talking. I have one for you right here. And just think about your top 5 products, or maybe the top 5 things that you're going to bring to this event. And just quickly jot down what are the features or the characteristics, and what are the benefits of that. And I've given you some examples. So for example, a vendor table, the feature is that it's 8 feet long. The benefit is that you can have more stuff on it. So if I were trying to sell a table at a market, I would be like, buy this table, it can show more stuff. Right? People don't really care that it's 8 feet long. They care that they can put other stuff on it. Does that make sense? Yes. Someone share theirs. Share one, Jackie.
What a benefit is.
What's the benefit of Epicure products? That it's
Healthy.
Healthy. So healthy is the benefit, not spicy, but healthy. I would say that the benefit of spicy is that it's going to taste good.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So just make that distinction in your head, because a lot of times we want to describe products, but we actually want to tell that person, what are you going to get out of this? So for Susan does home decor. That's kind of a tricky one, but how about this pillow is going to make the living room look really polished. Right? That's a benefit versus saying, oh, it's a soft pillow. I can get a lot of soft pillows, right? Like, what makes your product beneficial to that person? Someone want to share another? Just get the talking ball rolling? Yeah, go for it. I think healthy and versatile. So what's the person going to get out of it when they use it? Is there going to taste better? Okay. So, there you go. So I would lead with that. Right? Like, not that I don't care that it's a stoneware dish. I do. Easier. Okay, so it's going to be, you're going to have ease of use. Right? Like, the stoneware thing, like, that's cool. But you don't want to lose someone in those 2 seconds. You really only have 2 seconds to either communicate or see if you got some handouts for showing. You got it? Awesome. All right, you can change the slide. So this is just to kind of set you up for positive happenings at the event. Okay, do this. Research the other vendors beforehand, and there's a couple reasons. So first of all, is this really the slide, or did you skip one?
Did I skip one?
Nope. Cool. Keep going. Okay. It's me. Okay, so you want to find out, are there opportunities to cross-promote? Is there someone who would be really great if you guys could team up with? So for example, Susan's doing home decor, someone you guys are doing,
I would benefit with you.
exactly, right? So you guys are doing also home decor. Cool ideas, buy one of Susan's products, get 10% off ours. Buy one of ours, get 10% off hers. You're driving the sales for both of you guys. It's mutually beneficial. You're not really losing anything other than giving away 10%, right? So, friendly sales competition. This could be pretty fun. Just chat with the person next to you. Hey, do you want to have a contest? Right, let's see who can get the most sales. And communicate that to your customers. Let them know, hey, we're in a contest. Do you want to help me win? Right? Like, I would be like, okay, maybe. Can you do double newsletter signups? This is a pretty good one as well at an event. So for you guys, since you're kind of offering similar products, it might be beneficial to just have the newsletter sign up at Susan's table. And to say, okay, if you want to sign up for this newsletter, you can get Susan and mine. You know what I mean? So that, or you could both have it and then just compare notes afterwards and kind of share your leads that way. Really only works if you have similar products or if you're cross-promoting. You might not want to do that with your competitor. I know my giant booty is not doing that. Joint gift basket raffle. I think this would be a really, really good one. Maybe Jennifer, you're putting in some of your stoneware. Maybe Jackie's putting in some spices. Like, that would be a cool thing to win because it kind of goes together. Jewelry ladies, you guys can combine. Right? Like, think of things that are going to be mutually beneficial. All right. Give visitors a reason to show up. This is important. This is how you drive traffic to your event. Now, I'm sorry for this acronym. It's infidel. I don't know why my words spelled that. I wasn't doing that on purpose. Think about Black Friday. Why is Black Friday successful? Sales happen all the time. A sale is not a new concept. It's not original. First of all, Black Friday, it's infrequent. It's once a year. I mean, big sales in the States typically happen Christmas and summer. So it's infrequent. Number of items. We all know this, it's limited. You have to show up early. So when you are communicating to people about this event, you know, even if you have more, it's not illegal to say, you know, I only have 3 of these gold necklaces, so you better come early so you get one. Right? Like, that's not illegal. That's just kind of reinforcing that people should come early. They should come and check you out first. Okay, FOMO. Jackie and Lolita know what this is. Anybody else? Maybe knows. Yeah? Yes. Fear of missing out. You want to create this all the time, right? People are driven by this. I have gone to stuff with my friends that I did not want to go to just because I didn't want to miss out. Like, we've all done that, right? Like, oh, you know, Kelly's having a baby shower. Oh, great. But everyone's going, oh, okay, I'll go, I'll drive. Intensity. Black Friday is intense. Okay, obviously our event, we're not going to kid ourselves, we're not Black Friday. But we can create a little bit of intensity. We can make this something exciting. Deals. People love deals. Figure out your deals. Don't do too many. One is usually perfect, whether it's on, you know, 50% off this one particular item or whatever it is. Figure it out. Exciting. I don't really need to elaborate on that. Limited edition. Now, this is a really good one. And Angela, I know you are writing notes, but if I could just get you to, thank you. Limited edition is perfect. And you can communicate this without having to say limited edition. Stella and Dot has done a great example of this in their post. And you don't really realize it at first. I actually had to kind of read this twice. But they have created this idea of sort of a limited time collection. How amazing is the City Slim clutch look from the summer preview collection? Oh, so it's summer, it's seasonal. FOMO, I need to get it now before it's fall, and I look like a loser in last season's stuff. Right? That's exactly how I am in my winter sweater in March. Have you checked out our new arrivals? So again, it's creating that little bit of excitement without being like, oh no, today, 50% off, right? So just use like subtle things like that when you're doing social media. On the other hand side, I have a brick. They've done another FOMO one, that last line here. This in it is an experience all true fans can't miss. So if you are a real fan, but you don't go to this, you're lame, right? Like that comes across pretty well. So you can do that with your brand too. All Stella and Dot fans, come out. Where are you, Stella and Dot? All Stella and Dot fans, come out. You're not a real fan, right? You don't have to say that, but you can push that a little bit. All right. Another great thing to do is extend personal invitations. I stole this from Phoebe. Phoebe does this expertly. So you can send a personal invitation. It doesn't just have to be on Facebook. So in this case, Tyler, this is actually my boyfriend, but he has already purchased something from me. So I write to him and I say, hi Tyler, hope you're doing well. How is your blah 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 product? So it shows that I remember, oh yeah, Tyler bought the green socks. How are your green socks? I'm actually going to be at this event from this time, and well, don't tell anyone. And typically when you say that, now that person's going to tell everyone. Don't tell anyone, but I'll actually have a few of blah 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 product in stock that you're welcome to come and pick up at the event for $10 off. So I'm kind of creating a bit of excitement. I'm incentivizing them to show up and giving them a reason to show up. I can't promise that they'll be available after 1 o'clock, so I'm putting a really firm timeline on it. Show up before 1, you get $10 off, and I really hope you show up because you're my boyfriend. I mean, obviously, don't write that if you're not your boyfriend, but give me a reason, right? Like, really close to see you. Right? Like, just make it a little bit personal. This is an awesome thing to do. Everybody only does Facebook nowadays. Feel free to go back to an email. All right. Any questions so far with that? No. I'm not sure where my slide went for my competitors, but I do have a worksheet for your competitors. It's the second half of that top one. You don't have to fill this out right now, but this is a great thing to do, and this is something that I've actually done myself, is thinking about my competitors. A lot of people host events. It's definitely, I'm not reinventing the wheel. My next business as well, don't tell anyone, but I've actually 100% stolen the business model from another company. So don't tell anyone that though. Okay, so here when you go to fill this out, so for example, for me, high schools, local PACs, they do events all the time. So what is their advantage? I want to think about why people might go to a high school or elementary school event. They have lots of contacts, and it's held at the school, so it's going to be convenient already because your children go there. So as long as I know that, now I can think about how I'm actually better. Well, I'm better because they don't have sales training. Know that information about your competitors. Really take time to research your competitors. Figure out what makes them good, but also make sure you know what makes you better. Okay. Whew. Now we are on to the tougher stuff. Everybody with me so far? Anybody want to add something? Comments? No? Questions? No. Great. Okay. So you want more sales. Anybody ever learned about sales funnels before? Other than you guys? Yes, a little bit? Okay, perfect. Some of this might be a little bit elementary for you. A sales funnel shows prospects, leads, and sales. And I'll explain what a prospect is and what a lead is. It shows where your prospects come from. It ultimately shows where they're going. And it shows you how many sales are generated. This is important, very important. If you've not done this yet for your business, I really recommend doing this. Even if you're in a direct selling company, I would still do this. Great. Quick terms to know. A prospect, and lead, if you ever go to research these, some people have different terms for them, but these are my terms, just in case someone's like, that's not what a prospect is. A prospect, I consider this as somebody who's like a random. They really don't have much knowledge of your business. They may or may not have interacted with you. A lead is someone who has interacted with you or with your brand. It doesn't have to be you personally. For example, Scentsy, right? Like I know about Scentsy, even Conversion is the transition from prospect to lead, or lead to customer. Don't really elaborate on that. Just let it sink in. CRO, also, just absorb this. Conversion rate optimization. You might want to write that one down. CRO, conversion rate optimization. And I feel so professional when I say that. I even have the hand gestures down. I teach seniors as one of my jobs. So sometimes when I'm teaching like regular humans, I forget they're not seniors, and I might say something like, "Remember when I told you blah blah blah?" Because sometimes my seniors don't. Just feel like, what is she talking about? I'm filming this right now. Just the screen, not you guys. And I will post it on my blog and then send you. Yes, I know it's hard to absorb everything. Okay, CRO or conversion rate optimization is the method of using information and user feedback to improve the performance of a business. It's been that for a bit. Just let it sink in. Okay, in a sales model, you have a prospect, they learn about your brand, they think it's awesome, and they buy something. Right? Perfect world. That really never happens in real life unless it's like groceries. This is more like real life. A maze. People kind of, maybe they're interested in your brand and then something throws them off and they're like, oh yeah, I meant to go buy that, and then something else throws them off. Or maybe their friends like, no, don't buy that, I heard it was awful. Excellent. Okay. Pull out your sales funnel thing. If you're not already making notes on here, you can start making notes on here. So the top of your funnel is where you are going to start to create a little bit of brand and product awareness for these random humans who have no idea about the awesome thing that you are selling. Now these humans, they come from many different places. They come from Facebook, social media. Oh, this only has social media on here. Social media, this actually says word of mouth. I know it's really hard to read. Ads. Well, for us, we're coming to our event. Okay, so just imagine this is the event folk up here. The middle of your funnel is where you want to solve a customer problem. Now, write that down, solve a problem, because I think sometimes people think the middle of your funnel is where you want to sell something. You don't really ever want to sell something because people don't like being sold. Right? If someone walks up to you, do you want to buy these papers? No. Do you ever need to write something down? Yes. Right? See? A little bit. Don't sell. Solve a problem. Bottom of the funnel, you want to build trust and convert them to a customer. And this just says drive traffic to your website. For us, it's obviously drive traffic to the event. Convert traffic to qualified leads, and I'll explain that a little bit more. Nurture your leads and turn them into customers. And at the bottom, inspire your customers to come back for more and tell their friends. Are you still waiting? Do you guys need another second? Any questions so far about this? No. What we're doing here is setting out like the ideal route for a human to go through to buy your stuff. And I have a slide coming up a little bit later about why you want to do it this way and not the random, I hope they move it this way. And Angela, whenever you're ready, no rush. Fabulous job. Okay, worksheet, and here's Snake. So I have no idea what I'm doing. That's how I feel like a lot of times in my life. Okay, so if you got your sales funnel, I want you to think about your business for a second. Just your business. Not my business, not the market. Just your personal business. And I want you to think about where do the majority of your humans come from? Okay, your prospects. Just take a second. Where do they come from most of the time? People say, oh, I saw your stuff on Facebook. Or is it, oh, I heard about you through Betty Sue. Or, oh, I saw you at blah, blah, blah event. Where do your humans come from? If you can't answer that question, it's a really good thing that you're here. Okay? So if you can't answer that question, you need to think about this a lot more. Because if you can't answer where the humans come from, how do you know where they're going? Right? If you don't know where they're coming from, how do you know where they're going? How do you push them to buy your product? I don't know. Okay? In the middle, I want you to just start thinking about the kinds of interactions you have with your prospects. Do Do you normally host parties? Phoebe, another great example. Phoebe does webinars. She's the queen of webinars. Phoebe also has a lot of phone calls. Me personally, I never pick up my phone. If any of you ever tried to call me, I think Caroline did once, but she sent me an email first warning me I'm going to call you. Right? Susan and I, we texted. I'm really not a phone talker, so none of my humors ever really come through the phone. At the bottom is obviously going to be your sales. How do you make the majority of your sales? Do you write it down on paper? Do you plug it in through your phone? This may not seem really that important, but it is. It's coming. The math part, there is math today. Sorry, I know, but I prepare you for it. There's a bit of mental preparation. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
We're good. Take it away. Thank you. Okay, cute model, Laura-Beth. This is fun, but seriously, how do I do this in real life? How do I get a random human to come to me to learn about my business, to interact with me and buy stuff? Because that's what we all want, right? Hopefully. Anybody not want that? No, I want that. Okay. So the top of your funnel, you need to find people to talk to, whatever way that is, through social media, through the event, through parties, through networking, through Heartlink, through Women's AM. You need to talk to people. The next thing you need to do is find out if they are the right people, right? There's no sense in selling your product to people who genuinely don't want to buy it. And I think if my next slide elaborates on that, awesome. If not, I'm going to come back to that point. The middle. If they are the right humans, if they are the right prospects to be selling to, make them do stuff until they buy something. I would write that down. Yes, I'm glad you're having that reaction. Make them do stuff until they buy things. I know that sounds simple and stupid, but you will be shocked at how many people I talk to that say, yeah, I had this customer and we were chatting and they were really interested in buying my Park Lane jewelry and they just loved it and then we just lost touch. What? You lost touch with someone who wanted to buy stuff? Really think about it. How many unreturned emails do you have through your life? I have a few. I'm not going to lie. I have a few. We don't want that to happen. We want them to stay in your funnel. We want to make them do stuff until they buy things. Bottom of the funnel. Help them buy things. Help them make referrals and become repeat customers. Do this. If someone has bought your product, they like it. Why would they not come back for more? If you are letting people buy your stuff and then never come back, no, you are wasting your time, okay? Sorry, that's angry Laura-Beth coming out for a second. Only because I want to help you guys sell more and sell better and save your time. I'm not furiously writing. She's yelling. All right, Angela. No, let's go back for 1 second. Thank you. Okay, finding out if they are the right humans. So on your thing here, I want you to put like a little asterisk at this top dot, the blue dot. Anybody have a blue copy? The $7 copy?
Yes.
Yes, try to frame that, treasure that forever. Okay, at that blue dot, I want you to write qualification criteria. This is a list of questions, and I don't mean questions like, what's your name? How old are you? I just mean some kind of things that you need this person to hit or to have before you're going to continue with them. Okay, so for example, if I sell, the only thing that's coming to my mind is women's underwear. Sorry guys. If I sell women's underwear and I'm chatting with a man, he's not really going to be in my funnel, right? No. I support everyone and whatever your preference is, but let's just roll with this one for now, okay?
Yeah, they might be gonna talk about it.
Yeah, we're just rolling with home, think about your homework, especially for the event. Remember, you only have like 1 minute to chat with someone. So you want to kind of go through your brain, okay, middle-aged woman, disposable income, interested in cooking, right? Like you just want to find some ways to draw those out really, really quick. Okay, I shall focus. This complicated diagram. Making people do stuff. Okay, the blue dots, unless you have a cheapy version and you have gray dots. Touch points. You need people to do stuff to buy things. Like I said, we want people to do stuff until they buy things, and we want them to buy more things. A touch point is a positive interaction with your company. Writing a bad Google review, and you don't really consider that a touch point. You could make it one, but for right now, no. You want to direct the sale. You want to have a very specific path, just like these dots, for your human to go through until they buy something. You want to strategically solve their problems. If one of their problems is they're a busy mom and they don't know how to make meals quickly, Jackie and Jennifer, you need to solve that problem, right? So instantly, oh here, let me give you a recipe sheet with cooking easy meals, right? Solve that problem. Build trust and close with ease. Anybody ever seen Mom Mary Blood Maps? Yeah, sometimes I reference that. I go, ABC, always be closing. Okay, here is the path that your human is going to follow. They're going to start with your brand exposure, obviously at our event, right? They're going to see your booth. The next thing, you want them to engage with your brand, whether it's a quick conversation, whatever it is. Soft lead generation. Okay, what this means is you want to capture their information. Don't hand out your business card, they're never going to call you. You want to get their email address so that you can follow up. Whether it's, hey, Sharon, I love the conversation that we're having. You know what? I actually have a great sample of this product that we're talking about. Would you be willing to meet up with me for coffee for 15 minutes and I'll actually bring you that sample? What would you say? Sure, right? It was pretty easy to say yes to that. I'm making it convenient. I'm saying let's meet for coffee. It's 15 minutes. I'll bring you something for free, right? Like I would be like, okay, sure. Another good one is, oh, you know what? I would love to give you this coupon, but I actually only have an email version. What's your email address? I'll really quickly send it to you. Now I've got their information. Don't hand out a 10% off coupon. That's going to go into the recycling bin. Okay, so you want to generate a lead. You want to convert them. I'll talk a little bit more about this. Next slide. Okay, humans doing stuff. This is my personal sales funnel. I have a very tight funnel, meaning I don't have many conversions. I don't like to waste my time. Does that sound funny? Tight funnel? Or are we laughing at us? Oh, Jackie. Jackie, okay. My funnel is something imperfect. Okay. I'm not sure what I was thinking. I met with these amazing doula ladies earlier, so that's why I'm kind of thinking along those lines. Yes, let your mind wander. Okay. So my funnel is typically generated, people see me on Facebook, they message me on Facebook. Literally, I know this is cheesy and I pick on her a lot, but a lot of my leads come from Jackie. Jackie sends me an email. Hey, this person's a vendor. Like, how many people are here because of Jackie today? Right? Like, I didn't know you. I didn't know Andrew. I didn't know Lolita. And referrals, just people referring. The next thing that happens is someone usually sends me an email. They're like, hey, do you have info about your event? Now, what would happen if I never replied to those emails? Nothing. Perfect. That person would be like, wow, Laura-Beth is disorganized. Or they would call Caroline and exit my funnel, right? So I know this is really simple. Mine's an email. That's super basic. Yours is probably something different, right? For any of you guys direct selling, your first touch point here is probably a party. And you need to figure out, what is this next touch point? Is it a phone call? Is it a text message? Is it an email? Is it a physical something that you take to their door? Figure this part out, and now figure out where you want them to go from there. Usually I send the person an email, and they email me back, and in that email, I really try and wrap things up and say, yeah, you can pay by PayPal or e-transfer. And I don't really leave this like wibbly wobbly, like, give me a call, let's meet, right? Like I try and really keep it pretty tight, as all of you know, because you registered for this event. Sharon was the only one who did not really take this path. And normally we did try. That was an inefficiency in my conversions. Okay. Email here, and then I just scoot right to payment, and I've got a customer. But figure out your sales funnel. Write down on your docs like what steps your human needs to take. Someone give me an example of their funnel. I know this is daunting, but you can do this, Tracy. Yours is a great example. Let's do yours. Where do the majority of your prospects come from? Facebook. Perfect. Where do they go after Facebook?
If they like what they see on Facebook, they'll send me an email.
Perfect. Email. So your next one is email.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
And then I email them back.
Yeah.
So when they be available to me.
Okay, and then they meet, and then what happens? They buy something?
They buy it, and they usually will come in and only want like something not spend. Everybody that comes ends up spending what we go.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to know what her business was.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, just so I can try to understand it.
I make things out of driftwood, so I have driftwood candle holders and hanging lanterns and mason jar lights and.
Do you have a store?
Storefronts, industrial spool tables, anything that I can make out of pallet wood and industrial type materials.
But you have a store?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's fine. But just so we can understand when you're
Yeah.
explaining
Yeah.
how you go through,
Yeah.
just to get it out of
So
context.
now for you, your two top touch points are super important, right? Like if people stop messaging you from Facebook, you got a big problem, right? And if you screw up those emails because you say something like me, you say something inappropriate, then you also have a problem. So I'll come to that about like diversifying your leads a little bit, but let us try forward. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Oh, and then I'm just telling you, fill out your worksheet. All right, we can skip that one. Do we love the same? Just pop in there, right? It just livens you up. Okay. Treat the event like a mini funnel, right? Like you want to sell stuff, you got humans, we have all the right ingredients, let's put it together, okay? So the top of your event funnel, you have event humans who may or may not know about your brand. They are prospects, right? Think about your qualifying criteria. You're chatting with someone, you find out, oh, I'm going to use you guys again, I don't know why, I just wrote something to my tongue. Oh, you're a busy mom, you need help cooking meals, awesome, I can solve your problem, make a sale. Yay! And in there, you want to capture their information so you can follow up and say, how's your stone cookware going? Wonderful, I'm having another sale this, blah, blah, blah. Or, how did you enjoy your pot? Would you like to write me a review? Right? Capture their information. Don't just have a conversation in a sale. That is an inefficiency. I already talked about this. Prospects. Yeah, I can't hit this on the head enough. Figure out who you want to talk with before you even get to the event. Andrea's nodding. She's like, yeah, I've been trapped in those crappy conversations a lot. Do you have a tip? Any tips on this? You've done a lot of events. 20 years. That's almost, that's
You count on the vendor beside you to say, yeah, that's a good
What?
one.
So, 3. Phoebe, no, it wasn't your trip. Yeah, it's your trip. So you have to go pee?
Oh, that was
That's
mine.
yours?
Safety. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, I like
as
it.
well, think of an exit strategy. If somebody is going to eat up like half an hour of your time, have an exit strategy in place. Oh, you know what? Sorry, I do have to just rush to the bathroom really quickly. Or, oh, I'm getting a text message. Sorry, I just need to take this, right? Like, have an exit strategy. Don't waste your time. The math part. We'll come to this. This is fun. Leads. Determine what type of leads you want. Oh, there's another slide. And follow up and track. And this would be a good opportunity to let you just peer at this sheet. It should say sample conversion tracker. If you show up to one of my events and you don't bring this, or you don't bring something similar, I will get mad at you. I will be mad. I will be angry. I will be genuinely outraged that you have not brought this. This is the most important thing that you can bring to an event. It's not your cash box. It's not even your items. Okay, if your car goes up in like a fiery burst of flames, but all you have is this, you can still rock the event. Trust me, I used to work for Good Life. That's another story. Okay, this is a sample conversion tracker. I filled it out for 2 people. One is myself. I'm chatting to someone who sells jewelry, in case you haven't really read this. So the first thing you write down is the person's name. Always try and get the name. That way, whenever you need to follow up, you can personalize it. Hi, Julie. Hi, Susan. A lot nicer than like, hi there, right? Like that's so awkward when you get emails like that. Hey there. You want their email or phone number and ask them which one is better, right? Like if it's me, even if I give you my phone number, there's no point. I'm never picking it up. Action taken. Okay, write this down. Write down little notes about the person. For me, I wrote. I chatted with this person at the booth. Oh, I wrote this kind of weird in third person. She was interested in buying diamonds, and I determined her ideal price point as between $1 to $2 million. And then I write my next step with her. Okay, the next conversion point. I want to follow up with her. I want to send her an email, and I want to invite her to the diamond store and give her a 10% off coupon. Right? So I'm saying exactly what happened, exactly where I want her to go. I'm directing the sale. It's not just, oh, we had this cool chat, and then, right? The next person is my mom. I wrote older lady. She'll never watch this. Not price sensitive, right? That's something you want to find out. Are people price sensitive? My mom's not. My mom's just like an old retired lady with tons of money. But she is concerned about quality. Okay, so that's her problem that you need to solve. So I put here, give her a phone call to follow up, book a consultation to show her the diamond quality, right? Because she doesn't care about the price. So a 10% off coupon, not going to have an impact on her. It's the quality. And write notes like that. Don't just follow up with something generic. Okay. Yes.
How do you figure out if someone's price sensitive? Because like there's times when so many
A great thing.
That is the biggest thing that I find.
Something I normally ask people is like, for my fitness business, what do you normally spend per month on fitness? If someone's like, oh, well, I don't, then I'm like, it's gonna be hard to sell you on a $1,000 package. Versus like sometimes people will be like, oh, I spent $3,000 on a trainer last year. Then I kind of know, right? So like if for you could ask someone like, if you ask me like, what do you normally spend per month on skincare? I'd be like $20.
Or ask
Like,
what they're currently using.
yes,
Maybe.
perfect. Ask what are you currently using, what are you currently doing. Yeah, a great trick is to ask them how much they're willing to spend. This sounds easy, but it's actually a bit awkward in person, right? Like you kind of have to go back to this. But at the end of my personal training consults, I ask, how much are you willing to spend on personal training a month? $50. Awesome. I have a package for $50. It includes online nutrition, group chat, and actually that's kind of all it is. Can you sign? Yeah, can you sign on the bottom? Right? Because you've told me that you're actually willing to spend $50. So now I just need to go think through my brain, what do I have that's $50 and sell it to you. That's a super simple trick, and it works every time. I've never had someone be like, oh wait, no, because they just told me, yeah, I'm willing to spend whatever amount. So that's a good one. Any other questions? What questions do you have? No, everybody's good. Carry on. Okay. Yeah, go for it. Sorry, what was your name again? Janet. Bicycle. Yes. Okay. That's your mortgage, right?
I'm mortgage.
Okay.
My husband has
Husband's bike. Gotcha.
because it's right in Canada. So all I'm doing is having presents
Yep.
and driving people to the bike store.
Okay.
So one thing that came to my mind is that the bakery had it in town, the first that we have on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
They said the first 100 people to like our Facebook page get sent off a muffin for free.
Sure.
So I'm thinking that's maybe something that to capture people's
No.
no.
Because the thing is, a like on Facebook is nothing. It's no information. So I would not do that. Are you trying to get people to come to the event, or are you trying to get people to go to the store?
Both, I can do both. Like I can promote the event.
Right.
The reason I talk about the event is because of girl bands.
Yes.
So I don't know someone's doing something like that.
Yes.
I don't know girls either. So yeah, but I thought it's a great opportunity to
Yeah.
Maybe we'll pick out different hours and try people to shop. I was gonna have some paraphernalia on the table and on the
I would instead
walls.
look for leads that you can follow up with, right? Like if it's I actually by motorcycle the other day. There's a dad with his son coming out of the store, right? So if you see dad and kid at the market, I would strike up a conversation because every kid has a bike, right? And I would say, are you in the market for a bike? Maybe I wouldn't ask that because for your smarter way to ask that. Or maybe someone's even looking to trade up, right? If that's the case, that's even better because then you can be like, oh, wonderful, I'll send you a quick email and then you can email me back with a photo of your bike. And now again, you have their information and you can direct that where you want that to go.
Well, the other thing too is paying up for tuna.
Yep, exactly.
So you said don't have a coupon, but you know,
I email it, right? Because you want to get their information. And sending a coupon via email is really just a sneaky way to get their email address.
yeah. Instead of drop tuna. Okay, and then the other thing was you're gonna want to drop. You're gonna drop those food. So
We'll talk about draws. Okay, never slide with draws. But yes, great questions. Okay, how to get people in the funnel. Qualify, qualify, qualify. This is that slide that I knew that I had, so I'll kind of quickly rush through it. Set a specific criteria. Chuck them early. This is the exit strategy. If they're not going to qualify, you really need to pee right now. You have to get a coffee. This is your only time. Think of stuff. Okay, this is something that, yes, I want to hone in on. I wish people could see me in my gesture just because they're so idiotic. One touch point at a time, okay? So this is the mistake that a lot of sellers make, and we're not sellers, we're problem solvers, is they try and ask for too much. Hi, Sharon, how's your day going? Do you want to buy these papers? Oh, calm down, I just said hi, right? That's way too big of a jump. That's going from the top of your funnel right to the bottom. That really puts people off, so I recommend not doing that. You just want their email, right? Or you just want a consult, or whatever your funnel is. And if you find that you're being met with resistance, if someone's like, I really don't want to give you my email address, lower your ask, right? That would be the one time where I would be like, okay, you can hand over business card or one, right? If they're really reluctant. Let us proceed. Qualifying stuff. These are just some examples, but you guys are all going to go home and do this, right? Yes, good. Move on. If they pass, start converting them. We were going to cover this. I did this at like 10 o'clock last night. More stuff. Conversions, tracking conversions. Good. Okay, good. We're good. What are conversions? Conversion, successful completion of any touch point in your funnel that leads to another conversion or a sale. Okay, so taking someone from a random in front of your table and either getting their information or either giving them a phone call, right? Like anything like that. That would be specific to your business. Ooh, wow, that's great. Make sure you're actually having conversions and not just interactions. A conversion is from going to a random to buying something and you get their info, not just a random to a sale with no information, right? Because then you just lost them. Now you have to go back into the universe, generate another person to come into your funnel because there's no way for you to pump that person back in, right? You just doubled up your work, so don't do that. Another good conversion is a prospect to a consultation. This works great for skincare, right? Like, oh, we're having this great chat. I appreciate you're not ready to buy something right now. Let's schedule a 15-minute consult and incentivize them, right? And I'll bring a coupon for you, and I'll bring a sample, and I'll buy you coffee when you want. Like, I would go for free coffee. Okay, this is a good one. If you're being met with resistance for larger asks, like a consult or like a sale, scale it down. Newsletter subscriber, that's another one people are okay with. This is the worst, really, honestly. Prospect to Facebook follower, I wouldn't push that unless you're like, it's there, but it's an add-on. Yes, great, yeah, exactly. These are just interactions. Take a brochure, 10-minute conversation, no interaction or bad conversation. Sorry, I know I'm rushing through this part, but I have more goodies coming. How am I doing for time? What time are we at? Do we need a break?
Almost 10 to.
Almost 10 to. Anybody want to stand up? Share out? No? I can first share. Is this informative? Is this interesting? Yes? This half of the room is okay? I'm not sure. Okay. You may think this is easy because I've made it sound easy. This is not easy. This is so challenging to do in real life. And it's only because I used to work for a gym and I could probably sell water to fish settings to convert naturally. Angela, thank you. Okay, these are cheesy, and you have to change these. Don't even try and say this to any human because they'll just laugh at you. But it's a starting point. Seller, do you know about organic for you foods? No, nothing. I've never heard of you before. So I basically just found out a lot about them in one simple statement. They've never heard of our brand before. I'm guessing they probably don't really buy organic food if they've never heard of me. We are a health-focused food retailer. Would you say you're a health-conscious person? Who is going to say no to that? No one, right? Yes, of course, my health is really important. Okay, good. You've established that this is something they need or want without you even really having to say you need this or want this because you don't want to say that. Awesome. We're going to love our products. Let me send you a $5 coupon right now. What's your email address? Great, I just got their email address in 3 statements. Wasn't awkward. I didn't have to ask tons of probing questions. Oh wow, that's great. It's blah blah blah. Okay? This is just a little sample conversation. Obviously in real life, this does not happen. What do you know about Jetbox? I don't know where I pulled that from. Oh, I love Jetbox. I have their signature cardboard box. Okay? This is something you guys might encounter. Epicure, Harvard Chef, Stella, right? Like you guys are fairly well-known brands. There may be a Tupperware, right? Duh, it's not Tupperware. This may be a problem that you encounter. Is like someone's like, oh, I already have 1,000 Tupperware products. That's awesome. Do you want to save on your next purchase? Right? If you're already buying it, you know that they will continue to buy it, and there's a possibility that you can poach them from the person they currently buy from. Yes, of course I want to save. How? Well, why don't we meet next week and I can bring a $10 discount card with me? Sure, my phone number is blah blah blah, right? See how I did that naturally, easily, it wasn't awkward, I was like, so, do you want to meet up, right? Like, just giving you ideas here. Okay, track your conversions. This is very important. This is why I recommend bringing this. Yes, use the handy dandy conversion tracker. You can make your own. This is just kind of a sample. This is the last time we were like, what should this look like? Yes, go for it. It's okay to judge. Points worth tracking. This might be getting a little bit in depth for some of the like multi-level marketing people, but previous brand knowledge is a really good thing to track. How did you hear about our brand, right? Because that person's like, oh, I follow Stella and Bob on Instagram, right? Then it tells you that, oh, maybe my people are on Instagram. Have they gone to a previous event, previous purchase? What do you know? Don't worry about that bottom comment. I got this other thing brewing that didn't happen. Okay, why care about your conversions? This is important. Why should you care about your human hitting these points? Well, friends, if you can get better and you can create a tighter funnel with more humans going from conversations to emails to phone calls to consults to sales, you have to do less work. Isn't that awesome? I'm excited about that. Tracking your conversions enables us to improve our speed and direct the sales process. Optimizing your conversions to capture more prospects, convert more leads to sales. If you notice, this is a funnel, right? Which means you may have 100 conversations. Out of those 100 conversations, you only have 90 emails. Out of those 90 emails, you only have 80 phone calls. Blah, blah, blah. And then by you get to the bottom, you only have 20. But if you can streamline that and make that better and not lose so many people in the process, you're going to sell more easier. And I wrote operational efficiency. Operational efficiency also makes me feel professional when I say that. Okay, I know some people are going to be miffed about this. Not boring contests. Anybody had success with a contest? Have you ever turned a contest winner into a loyal customer? Look at you. I feel like if anyone's done it, it's Jackie. No? No one. I have a bad story to tell. Phoebe, maybe?
Yeah.
You have? Okay. So 1 out of 22. I have a really crappy story from this weekend. Tyson, awesome guy. He owns Active Body. Do you guys know it? Anybody that knows? It's a supplement store. They sell like protein powder and like gym soap things. They had a huge sale this weekend. They had about 600 people, which is a lot for them. They had a bench press competition. If you could bench press whatever amount So you won this huge flat screen TV. The TV was probably worth, I don't know, like $1,500. So really awesome big prize. The guy who won the TV came to the event from North Vancouver, did the contest, won the TV, didn't buy a single thing, and went home. How crappy is that, right? So sometimes people are just interested in free things, okay? Try and get away from that. If you do want to do a contest, make someone fill out a survey first. What's your name? Are you interested in our product? What's your phone number? What's your email? At least you have some way to follow up with them, and at least they checked the box, yes, I'm interested in your product, right? And I really, personally, I would not let someone win who's not interested in the product. Don't tell anyone I said that. Another great one is to take a picture, okay? And I'm going to talk a little bit more of a cool way to do the picture thing. But yeah, take a selfie. Be like, hey, I'll post this on Instagram. What's your Instagram tag? Something like that. Hold a vote. That's kind of cool if you have two products. Which one is your favorite? Pop your ballot in there. Because then at least you know who that person took 5 seconds to think about which one they preferred. So now when I follow up with them, I can go, hey, like, thanks for voting on skincare product X. I don't know what you guys have. I'm sorry. The Titan cream, right? Thanks for voting for the Titan cream. You at least have something that tells them they're interested in your product. Have a mystery box. This is where you have just a black box and they shove their hand in and they have to guess what they're touching, right? So, yeah, but I mean, you can do it with like, even, right, like cinnamon, right? Like, put your hand in cinnamon and then have it pull it out and be like, what was that? If you guess, you get an entry. Right? Like, it's at least showing that they're kind of interested in your brand and they're putting in a little bit of time. Okay, let's move forward. Use a method like send-out cards. So this is have you guys heard of send-out cards? Yes, some people know. Send-out cards is so cool. And I have more to say on this, but send-out cards is awesome. You can go online. They even have a phone app, so you can take a picture of someone, pump in their information, and mail them a card from your phone. It's so cool. If you haven't tried it, I'll chat more about those surprise from Sakina. Take a picture, send them a card. It's super cool. And here is Woody taking a selfie. That's the reference there in case you're like, what does that mean? Carla, you're so late.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Hi.
I drove past here and it looked dark and I didn't think you guys
no,
were here.
Happy to have you.
Yeah, sorry.
Actually, this is a great time for you to come in. I'm sure you know looking up to this point. Okay, Angela. Okay, this is great. Again, if you don't know for the past part, that's okay. Zone back in for this one. This one's actually good. 4 main objections. I have a worksheet that goes with this one. I don't know where it is. Someone find it. It's on the back.
Us old ladies in the back.
It's on the back of the conversion tracker.
Yes, you guys got it. Why don't I have one?
It's on the back of the conversion tracker. It's the second, the other sort of long list. Looks like
On the back. I have the cheaper
I
versions.
know.
Mom
says
no.
Some of them, they say that's when you get.
Thank you. Okay. It is really dark in here actually all of a sudden. Okay. The 4 main objections that you can put forward on this are time, money, commitment, and spouse. Every single objection you ever get is going to fall into one of those categories. Time. For me, personal training, I don't have time to exercise. Money. I can't afford it. The next one, commitment. I always actually think about this as fear. Okay, if someone's not ready to commit, it's actually because they have a fear about something. With personal training, a lot of the times, it's that people are failing. And you know what? If I've been developing a relationship with someone, Caroline's like, are you? Yeah, no. Okay.
No, I was saying you didn't have my usual objection to Jackie. And actually to Jennifer. I don't know.
I would say that's like a time maybe, like. But,
It's honest.
Yeah. Fear. So if you get stuck with like you've been having awesome conversations up until this point, and then all of a sudden someone like stonewalls you, and they're just like, oh, I'm just not ready yet. If you've developed a little bit of trust with that person, I would push that. I would be like, oh, you know, like you said so far, you're really interested in this. You think it's important. Like, do you want to elaborate? Like, why right now isn't the right And normally when I push on that, just gently, you don't push too hard or you'll send them over the edge, just gently, someone usually will open up and be like, you know what, Laura-Beth, I'm nervous to say yes right now only because I failed so many times in the past. And you know what, even just the fact that somebody says that out loud, the trust that you guys have is now going to deepen a little bit. And they're actually kind of, the next thing that comes out of your mouth can really actually close a sale if you do it properly, right? Because then I will tell someone, well, you know what, I've actually failed a lot too. Like for me, the reason I became a personal trainer is because I struggled with my weight for a long time. So the second that I kind of share that, again, we're deepening the trust, and then usually someone's like, you know what, I'm so glad you told me that, let's go for this, let's do it, right? So whenever you get that, oh, I'm just not ready, I mean, obviously not every example is going to be like emotional and trust and all that jazz, but push it just a little bit and see what their fear is. And spouse, so annoying. Yeah, right? Why are they around? I just got engaged. Do you guys all know that? You guys do know that. Most of you know that. Thank you so much. Wait. Yes, he does. Yeah. My clock is ticking now. I'm super obsessed with my babies right now. So
Come spend a day with mine.
right? Anytime they want to meet up, I'm like, okay. People don't like to make decisions. One great thing that I learned in personal training is I need to make the decision for them. If I've got yeses up until that point, they're like, oh, I really don't know like which package to go with. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to say, look, I recommend this option because blah, 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 whatever the reason is. And then usually 90% of the time they're like, oh, you know what, okay. So make the decision for them. People prefer their old habits. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just wanting you guys to read this. This is a good one. Not within their idea of their self-image. So for me, this year has been about making myself look a little bit more professional, which has been really hard because I'm a personal trainer, right? Like I wear lemons to a dinner party, that's just normal. So I've been trying to kind of push my self-image a bit, but it's been really tough for me to like buy jewelry. Like, right? Like that's just not who I think I am. So I need someone to tell me like, no, I can make this work for you, right? Like I can put you in between your comfort level. So if you encounter that, just keep it there. Yeah, forward. Oh, fill this worksheet out at home. That's homework for you. And there's the worksheet and the grumpy cat. Because no one really likes worksheets. Okay, you
Cruising past them. Next.
prepare. No, you're doing great. Prepare rebuttals in your sleep. Anticipate what people are going to say, right? If for personal training, someone's like, oh, I don't have time. Oh, no worries. We will find time for you to fit 20 minutes 3 times a week into your schedule. That's the equivalent of 3 showers. Right? Like just prepare those objections over and over and over again. Practice them with everyone. For the time, like if I don't have time to cook, yeah, but this saves you time. You need this because this is going to save you time. Money. Compare it to the other products. Show it has value. You're selling a premium product, right? Sure, you can go to Walmart and get your $4 cream, but this cream, right, is going to do these things for you, and that's why you're paying a little bit more. Don't you want to be part of this exclusive club with our high-end product? That's a good one, right? Exclusive, costly. Well, you know, if you can't afford those things, don't say that, but create that kind of sensation. Commitment, usually fear, spouse. 90% of the time, I feel like the spouse is just a cop-out, and I think the reason is fear. That's usually, I just kind of pop the spouse the second they're like, oh, I need to talk with my partner. I just instantly start treating it like it's a fear objection and kind of go down that road. Anybody else? Yes. Yes.
Spouse.
I love it, yeah.
What you can say to somebody, because you need to check your honesty.
Yeah.
You can actually say, you know, what reason do you think you might have?
Yes.
This person?
Amazing. I'm just going to
Because it is usually found out. And they say, oh, we probably won't mind, you know. They will actually then tell you the truth. And you'll know whether this is right or not.
Beautiful.
Right?
Perfect.
So tell them all at one time. They actually put it back on them. What reason might you before you even want to do it?
Awesome. Love it. I'm just going to say louder for my recording. So thank you, Andrea. So that was, if the spouse pops up, just throw it back to them, ask them what their spouse might say or what the spouse's objection might be. like, who's gonna be like, yeah, actually, my partner doesn't want me to be healthy? Not many people, really. Over here, I have some images. The power of yes. If you're scrambling and you're like, wow, I'm on a sinking ship. I didn't practice this. I should have listened to Laura-Beth. She's the master. Just hunt for a yes. No matter how stupid that yes might be, hunt for a yes, okay? So, in the personal training situation, no matter where I am, I might just fling something out, like, oh, well, don't you like going for a walk with your kids? Totally not really related to the conversation, but they already told me that, and I know they're going to say yes. It's positive reinforcement, and then I'm going to make my yes more and more related until I kind of circle back to where I was. And then typically when people are saying yes, 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 it would be very jarring for them to throw out a no. Okay, so this is my life thing. What are those called? What is it? Life
Jacket.
Jacket? The ring.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
A
to say.
lifesaver.
Lifesaver.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Life preserver.
Wow.
Okay, I solemnly swear to practice objections with my friend, wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, transgender friend, lover, special friend, neighbor, pet, child, boss, maybe not your boss. Please practice these. Get better and better and better at these, because if you have qualified someone, they are qualified. If you put them in your funnel, don't lose them because of a simple, silly objection. You can work around this. Okay? Forward. I know I'm starting to lose people are getting antsy, and there's so much more I need to talk about. Troubleshooting. Track your conversions. If you find you're getting stuck at one particular point, I find Facebook, I know, isn't that kind of funny? I find Facebook is a really big sticking point. If you meet someone in person and you're like, oh, find my Facebook page, normally people get stuck and they never go anywhere. They don't message you, you don't have their email. Take that conversion out. You don't want people to convert there anymore, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, in terms of numbers, and we're going to rush to the math because I know you really want to do math before you go home. If you're having no conversions, you have the wrong target audience, okay? If you have less than 50% conversions in your funnel, I'm going to show you how to calculate those, you suck. Either you're offering really lame things or you're asking for way too much. I'm sorry, I'm just going to spell it out for you because I want you to be successful. Lame offer might be like a 10% off coupon if people really don't care, right? If that's only going to equate to 50 cents, that's kind of a lame offer. Or you're asking for way too much. If you're asking for a consult and you just met someone and you keep getting no, I don't want to meet with you, no, scale it down. Ask for something smaller. If you're getting over 80%, actually I'd say 75%, you're awesome. Or you're free and you're giving away way too much free stuff. Forward. I already kind of explained this. If you have a stuck conversion, if your conversions get stuck on this, I think it's
My
funny.
dog would do something.
On this, if you find that your conversions typically get stuck somewhere, like an email or a phone call that never gets returned or whatever, skip it. Like me, I don't pick up my phone. I don't do the phone thing. It's an inefficiency for me. I just skip it. Or you could improve it, right? If you're like, okay, I really need to have emails in here. This needs to be a necessity. Make those emails better. Make them enticing. Give a better offer. Forward.
Don't want that cartoon.
So fun, right? Okay, yay, we're at the math now. Woohoo. Okay, let's do math. Go forward. Seriously, we are going to do math. You might want to pull out your phone calculator. Come on, guys. You're here. You're here. Grab your phone calculator. This is going to be really quick and easy, I promise. I'm going to make it simple for you. You need your phone calculator and you need your funnel. Okay, those are the two things that you need. Okay, and Angela's going to be awesome at this because you do a lot of math. With your job.
I
The
used
same
to.
with Janet, your mortgage broker. Janet should be able to do this in her head. Alright, go forward. Snape approves of the math. Okay, step 1. Bottom of your funnel. How much money do you want to make per month? You can write any number. Any number. This isn't like be practical. This is literally like how much money do you want to make every month? Once we do this, you guys are going to be like, this is so awesome. It's really exciting. Oh, yes. You can have sheets. These are copy ones that flipped on the side.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Let me get your funnel. There you go. Is it a dunce hat?
Nope, it's a funnel.
It's all the same.
It could be a dunce hat if it's unaudited.
I was just
Okay,
being cheeky.
next slide. So everybody wrote down their number at the bottom. Yes? Perfect. Okay, you wrote down your total dollars per month. Now, I want you to write down your average sales amount. Okay, this is just a rough guesstimate. For me, it's nice and easy. All of my events are basically $50. So I write $1,000 divided by, $50. Yes, that's right. $1,000 divided by $50. That's my average sale. Whatever your average sale is, it's not going to be precise. It's hard if you have like $80, $300. Pick somewhere in the middle, right? I go with 150. Pick somewhere in the middle. This amount, total sales divided by average sales, is going to give you how many people are buying stuff, okay? For the purpose of this exercise, we're just going to assume one sale per person. And Angela and Janet, don't freak out. This is very, very simplified. I'm sure you guys can do way more challenging math than that. And if you would like me to expand on this afterwards, please reach out. Okay, let's go forward. Everybody on the same page. You calculated your total sales like, per person that you need. Okay? So for me, it's 20 sales. I want to make $1,000. I have an average sale of $50. So I need 20 sales. Write that number down. Everybody did it? Perfect. You guys are fast. And Angela, go forward. Next thing we need to do. Again, this is a rough estimate. I want you to take that number, that 20, so the total sales, not the dollar amount, total sales, times 1.25 for every dot. And I want you to work your way up your funnel, okay? So for me, my funnel at the bottom, I have 20. That was my first number. My next point up is times 1.25, so it's 25. Now I take 25 times 1.25. My next point is 32. Okay, everybody on board? Did I lose someone here? You're working your way up your funnel. Taking that previous number and multiplying it by 1.25. Write these numbers in ascending.
So the point is actually at the top.
Yes, the biggest number should be at the top. Angela, if you can pop forward for me, and I've got it written here. Okay, so my bottom is 20. I times 20 by 1.25, and 25. Okay. Why am I multiplying by 1.25? I'm assuming that a quarter of my sales are going to drop off every time. Okay, so, and yes, I know from math folk, I realize going descending, it's not exactly a quarter, but I can show you how to change that if this is like going to keep you up at night. So my top, I may have 50 conversations. Out of my 50 conversations, I might only get 40 email addresses, right? I lost 10 people, I lost 25%. That's fine. You can never, this is why it's a funnel and not a cylinder. You're never going to have a cylinder. And then out of my 40 emails, only 32 people replied. Out of those replies, 25 people, let's say, put a deposit on whatever it is that I'm selling. And out of those 25 people, only 20 people actually went through with the sale. See how I got those numbers? Anybody not on board with that? If you're just too shy to say, you can tell me the answer. Okay. Go back. Okay, so now you know, calculating that top number, how many conversations you need to have per month, right? Yeah. So I pretty much just told you how many people you need to talk to make the amount of money you want to make per month. There's no reason why, if you're doing everything right, if you're hitting all of your conversions, if you're tightening up your funnel, if you're being efficient, why you can't make that number at the bottom, whatever it is. For me, it's just $1,000. Anybody disagree with that? Anybody like, this can't work in real life, there's no way. Not really?
It's interesting because when you're using sales, it's always one ratio, so it's 3 to 1. So, 10 leads, 11 leads, 3 appointments, 1.
I think that's good. Again, this is just like a rough estimate. It really depends what you're selling. If you're selling a car, is your funnel going to be this tight? Probably not, because people are way more price sensitive. But I'm gonna say for pretty much what we're selling, except maybe Caroline, because she is a bit of a higher price point, I think that your funnel can look like this. Mine is actually even more efficient than this, believe it or not, but my price point is $50. So keep that to make this a wider funnel, you just need to make that coefficient bigger. So instead of 1.25, you can change it to 1.3 or 1.4. That means you're losing 30% every time, you're losing 40% every time. Okay? Yes, good. So now you know. And make a goal for your event, right? Create a mini event funnel. Figure out how much you want to sell at your event, how many people you need to talk to, how many emails you need to get. Next. Really fancy math. Okay. You can track all of your conversions. You can see all of your conversion percentages at the bottom. Yeah, go for it. You can picture this. So on the left, I have conversions. Conversations. So that's how many people I talked to, how many emails I got, how many consults I booked, how many assessments I had, how many purchase orders, how many sales, and how many referrals. And then you can see kind of the percentages at the bottom. If you're selling a complicated product, I would do this. I really would. Even for a simple one, I would practice. Mortgage brokers? No, I would do that for sure. I would track how many people go from meeting you to sending an email to having a phone call, because you guys, because you have such, a higher price point, you're gonna have way more conversions. Someone might need to meet with you 3 times, 4 times, right? Like just like a realtor. I don't pick my realtor right away, so you guys are gonna have a lot more, and I would track those. 4. Seriously, do I have to do this?
That's me.
I'm sure everybody's gonna do that.
It's like my daughter.
Refer again.
I hate paperwork.
You can do it, Jackie.
Yeah,
I can
sure.
Spreadsheet.
I just want to
Thank you.
Sorry, I was distracted
Yes,
by
you
something
do
happening
need to
over
do
here.
this if, so maybe not everybody needs to do this, if your conversion rates are less than 75%, yeah, you need to do this. You need to track why those leads are not turning into 75% emails, into 75% whatever, purchase order, parties, whatever it is. If you are operating at less than 75%, you're not very efficient. Again, depending on what your product is. Your funnel, yes, you need to do this if your funnel has more than 2 touch points. So if you have a conversation, an email, and a party, I would recommend doing this. If your main source of prospects is not referrals, yes, do this for sure. And no, you don't need to do this if your main source of prospects is referrals. And if your conversions are 75% or higher, and you are making your monthly sales goal. If you're hitting all those things, sure, fine. You are pretty efficient and can't really improve upon that. The goal is that you never have to recruit prospects. That's the goal, right? Like Nike doesn't recruit prospects. Everybody knows who Nike is. They find them either by Facebook, or they walk into a store. Nike doesn't need to go to events to get prospects, right? And that's your goal too, is that you want your business to be self-sufficient. And you don't really want to have to, I mean maybe you do, but you don't really want to have to waste your time going to events or going and doing, door knocking, right? Really want to do those things. Onwards. My professional secret. I'm lazy. I will say that right off the bat. I don't like to work harder than I have to. I prefer other people to do my work for me, recruiting prospects. Just like Jackie. So thank you, Jackie. And I'll be upfront. I have really only ever recruited people for my personal training business. I've not done it with my art history business where I go and I teach seniors. I literally made one phone call way back in the day, said, "Hi, I'm Laura-Beth. Would you like to book me at your retirement residence?" They go, "Yes." That person referred me to someone else, someone else, someone else. I never had to pick up the phone after that, which is awesome. My main source of traffic for my 2 other businesses is referrals. My funnel is tight. There's no inefficiencies. People go through my circle. They pretty much come back to the top, and if they don't, they refer. I've really never had someone not kind of go full circle. Next step, Angela. How do I do this? Treat your customers awesome. I know that's going to be like the most basic takeaway from tonight, and I am wrapping up, so no worries if you gotta get out of here. Always follow up. Do not let someone escape your funnel ever, 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 ever. It's such a waste of your time. So don't do that. According to a Velocify survey, Velocify is a big marketing company, 64% of consumers said slow seller response resulted in no sale. So these people said they would have bought it, but the person was slow to reply or follow up and they didn't buy it. 40% said 24 hours is still too slow. So if you meet someone at the event and you get their email, have draft email saved in your outbox, inbox, whatever. Fire it off right then, so that when the person, oh, I'm getting a text message. Oh, it's your email. Oh my god, right? Like that's so fast. That's the response you want to get. 72% said the first seller to contact them won the sale if it was between two competitors. Keep that in mind, and Angela, move to my next slide. I have a great way that I do this. Like I mentioned, I use send out cards. It's so quick and easy. They have an app on their phone. You can take a picture of someone, send it to them. You can pop the 10% off coupon in there. It's so cool. It makes a huge impact. Sign into this online service. You can say thank you. Thank you is a big one. I can't tell you how many people's products I've bought. They've never said thank you, and they've never said, hey, do you want to buy again, or can you refer me? Do that. Don't let these people escape your funnel. There is no excuse for following up, and Angela, to say thank you guys for coming out today. Like I said at the beginning, you guys are so smart for coming out, and those people who are listening to this at home, I like you, but not as much. So, to say thank you today, Phoebe and I are joining forces. Phoebe's with Send Out Cards, I'm with Send Out Cards, and we're going to offer you a $15 Send Out Card package so that at the event you can actually practice all of these wonderful things that I've told you. Yeah! All you have to do is chat with Phoebe. She's right there in the back. She's gonna, are you taking a picture of me? Are you going to send me a send out of me?
With brownies.
Oh my God.
Maybe. Smile.
And that's actually what you can do. You can literally take a photo on the app and send it to someone. It's super cool. So just chat with her and she will get you all set up with that. And you can try it out. Okay, any other questions? I know we talked a lot. Thank you guys for listening. Any other questions?
So,
I know it's a
you're
lot.
saying about send out things. So you
Yeah.
literally your customers at your table should really got
Literally.
something and you just say, here, take a
Literally.
picture.
All you need is like
at
their
my
name,
table.
address. Yeah, literally. Yeah. I'd be like, ooh, the costume today, do you want to take a selfie? Like, I mean, some people are going to be like, no, I don't. That's weird. But I mean, most people, like, if someone's like, do you want to take a selfie? I'm going to send you something cool. I'd be like, oh, yeah, okay. Right? Like, it's
And
super,
that's when
super
you
cool.
guys could send them coupons on the day consider not.
For me, no, I would just make that a positive interaction for me because in my funnel it's more like email based. But I would really want that strong first impression, right? Like I said, everybody can plan an event. What sets me apart? Like that's pretty cool, right? Like how many of you guys get pictures of yourself in the mail unless it's for Sweden? Right? No one. So that's what I would do. I want that really strong first impression. I want that person to be like, hey, I went to Laura-Beth's event and I got this thing in the mail. It was wicked, and I can't wait to book with her again, right? So, but I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna release you. Chat with Phoebe. She's back there. She can get you all set up. It's totally free, and you can play around with it, and you can use it at the event. So yeah, thanks guys. Email
Thank
me
you.
questions if there's anything else, and
And then you're emailing us so anybody who's registered for the event will copy this.
yeah, it's gonna be public, so you can share it. Share the love. Tag me in your posts, and we're going to turn on lights. I'm gonna stop my recording first. Oh, that's great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.